All right, welcome back. Welcome back. It is your boy Book Erban, and I would like to welcome you to another episode of Urban Topic, where we progress your conscience forward with powerful conversation. And for our final episode of season 2, episode 30, we have Mr. Dakota Grady, man. Mr. Dakota Grady, the certified CPA coach, your money coach, Mr. Grady. What's going on, baby? How you doing today?
Doing fine, Kevin. How you doing?
Doing well, brother. Can't complain, man. So I'm really honored to have you on our platform, and also just to have you on and share some enlightenment on your career field and just the financial health industry to end out and cap off our season 2, man. It's really a pleasure, man. We're really grateful for you to be here, man.
Yes, thank you for having me, Kevin.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna hold you for too long, Mr. Grady, man. I want to get right to the point, man. To honestly, to just for people who may not have heard of, Dakota Grady, the money coach, or Dakota Grady, the CPA. Like, who are you? Like, where are you from, Mr. Grady? Let's start off there.
Oh, well, thank you first for allowing me to share your platform and talk to your audience. And I am from Greenville, South Carolina. Actually moved away for 8 years. And my mom and dad got 7 kids. So we grew up struggling on welfare. And I knew that I didn't want to struggle financially.
Yeah.
So I started working when I was like 14, I think, and started working. And I went to like a job training program. We got a job at the car wash, and then working since then. So I just knew that finances were something that could change your life. Handling money, if you make a lot of money and you don't know how to manage it, you'll be what I call broke. So I want to help people to not be broke, help them to basically have opportunity to transfer their life through personal finances so they can have peace of mind.
Yeah. Sure. Nah, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. So you came from a family of 7 kids, man. Talk about that a little bit. Just being raised youngest out your family, or were you the oldest?
I'm actually the third oldest. My mom and dad have 2, so I have 2 older brothers. Then me, and then my mom and dad have 2 sets of twins, so 2 sets of twins after me.
Oh wow, 2 sets.
2 sets.
Ooh, boy, that's all right.
So it was times where I remember telling my mom, dad, to my sister, my brother over me, my brothers over my grandmother's house because our power got disconnected. And I remember going up on welfare and feeling so ashamed because I love to eat. You can't tell, but I love to eat, you know what I'm saying? And I just felt so ashamed. Then one time I was going to school, I think I was on the school bus, and one of the students said that basically we live in the same neighborhood per se, or same area. She said that her mom doesn't shop at Walmart. I'm like, and your point is like
who don't? Who don't, man?
We're in the same neighborhood, but you know better than me. So it's just that mentality, man. But it was challenging though.
Okay, I understand, man. I understand that. All right, so where did you actually get your start as far as like being a CPA? I know you say you spent a little bit of time when you got out of school. You went to different job training programs and just to guide you career wise. Like, where did your passion come for just financial health, just the financial industry, and just being people, having a good mindset and just keeping up on your money? Where did that come from?
Great question. But first, I'm not a CPA. CPA is a certified public accountant. I work for CPA, but I'm not one per se. But that passion, honestly, I'll be honest with you. My passion is personal finances. My job is accounting tests. Accounting tests pays the bills. Personal finance is something that I help people doing. And honestly, like, I know what I want to do in my life when I got out of school, basically. 2005 when I got my first bachelor's in marketing. And before I graduated, I was afraid. Because even going to school, I got a bachelor's from Berea College first. Well, actually, Green Tech, I did welding first. Because, again, I wanted to make money as quick as possible. Because, again, my background really scarred me. And I knew that the way out of the hood was to make money, basically. Mm-hmm. So, I got my first degree at Greenville Tech, second degree at Berea College. Even though I've been in school for 18 years, high school, first grade through high school, went to Greenville Tech 2 years, even a 4-year degree, I still did not know what I want to do in my life. So, I went back to school. I said, I got a job traveling the country. I was an auditor for 3 years. I hated my job. Then I talked to a friend of mine. She said, well, if you go to school, go to school for something that you can basically like learn and that you do. Because if I go to school for marketing or management, that's stuff you can learn, but you can't really, actually can't, but something you can actually use in the marketplace, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So she basically, I think she recommended doing accounting. And then I talked to somebody else again about that as well. I went to accounting in 2009, I believe. And then I went to school. So I got my degree in 2011, started working in the field in 2012. So it's a long route, but I just had to find out who I am, basically. And then I knew I was good with money already. And I knew how to speak. So I wanted to merge the two. So now my plan is, my goal is to basically fire myself from doing accounting and taxes, because it's stressful, bro. It's really stressful. Even though there aren't many minorities in the field, it's still stressful. My goal is to become known for Jesus, money, and business.
Okay.
Let me explain that. So basically, Jesus is my savior. I'm saying, I don't know your audience, but Jesus is my savior. And I'm here to serve him. Secondly, money. If people making money, whether they're an employee or they own a business, again, if you don't know how to manage your finances, you will be broke. That's a fact. And third, our community, the black community, we lack information on personal finances. We don't really own homes. I think 43% of blacks own homes compared to 74% of whites. And third, we make low wages. I think 43% of blacks made $30K or less. So if you're struggling, how you gonna build wealth if you're struggling to pay your bills? How you gonna leave a legacy if you don't make a lot of income? How you gonna own a house if you can't afford it? So my goal is to help people through personal finances, financial literacy, to learn how to manage money first and how to make more money through entrepreneurship. Then if people can make more money, manage it, then they'll be able to buy a home. That's simple.
That is simple. That is simple, man. It's so important to have that great structure and keyword discipline when it comes to just your financial health being. And it's just awesome that you're so passionate about that, and you are a driving force around us in our community, just preaching that topic and just staying up on game, keeping us up on game with it, man. I see all your content, been watching you, Mr. Grady, man. I even reached out to you for a lot of advice. I appreciate your time, man. And I'm so grateful to have you on this show to just spread it as well with my urban community, man. It's really a good.
Yes, sir. And you asked a question about where it come from. Honestly, man, it's like my background, growing up struggling financially, and then seeing people struggle as well. Like, I don't want people to struggle for money, because money affects a lot of things, like our health, from family relationships. I mean, if you think about it, most things cost money.
Yeah.
Food, gas, clothing, and your light bill, your water bill, all things cost money for the most part. And if you don't make a decent income, you'll be struggling, on homeless or low income. It's like so many things that affect people with money. It's like, we don't understand that. You got to understand, like, money is important. Not saying money is your God. Money can't save my life. But God gave me money as a tool to use for his glory. Why not use it to help not only my family, but help somebody else's family as well?
Yeah.
Because if I do that, I'll help somebody else, they help somebody else, and then it'll continue along and on.
Man, that's a great explanation, man. That's a great explanation. So, not a lot. Well, I'm not gonna say not a lot of people know, but for people who do not know, you are author as well. Talk a little bit about your book, Mr. Grady. What can people expect to find out, and what's it about?
So the book is called Broke.
Easy.
To face America's financial crisis, because we're in America, in the USA, and we make a lot of money as people. And specifically, like, my focus is on the black community, because again, we make money, but we don't know really how to manage the money. If you look at the landscape of things, let's go to one area. Blacks don't really own homes. We really don't own businesses. We are employees, but we make like $1.6 trillion as a people.
Mm-hmm.
But we spend money on cars, clothes, jewelry, things going down in value. But yeah, we don't really own things. Like, the game is called ownership. If you play the game of Monopoly, I'm not getting paid for this, but in the game of Monopoly, you can acquire assets, houses, property, city, like states. You can buy utilities. You're buying assets that can give you income. So, for example, if you buy a piece of property, someone lands on it, they pay you what? Income. So you get a source of income. So I'm like, why not play the game of Monopoly in real life? Why not get your income up high and go buy assets? That's simple.
That's simple, man. That's pretty clear. That's pretty clear cut and dry, man. All right, so if someone's in the market for looking for a great accounting or somebody that does great bookkeeping service, Mr. Grady, or even a CPA, even though you stated that you wasn't I guess a licensed CPA, but you do work in that field, what would be the best questions for a person to ask their accountant if they're in that market for looking for one?
All right, great question, Kevin. I would say know, like, trust, and remember.
Okay.
Let me explain. When you know somebody, you trust me, like them, more likely you'll buy another person, right?
Yeah.
Opposed to buying for a stranger, you want to buy. You probably have a hard time buying from a stranger, opposed to somebody that you know, like, and trust. So find someone you know, like, and trust. You feel comfortable with. Meet with 2 or 3 people just to get a good rapport, a good connection, and you feel like if not a good connection, you know, work with the person. That's what in my opinion.
Okay. Just honestly have a mutual connection. Just the main thing that stuck out to me is finding someone that you can trust. Why is that so important though, to find an accountant that you can trust or somebody that's handling your money, that's handling your financial health, man?
Great question.
Yeah.
I actually have a client now, and it was an accountant. I don't know if she's a CPA, but an accountant basically. All right, so me and my profession, people trust me a lot, right? They trust me to do their taxes and their bookkeeping.
Yeah.
So I know their finances, the livelihood, right? They give me the banking information, write in on an account number, so I have the information. I can go take money at an account if I want to, but that's not who I am. But I don't mind trusting somebody else to do that for them, no money from them.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I tell you why, in my opinion, because the person trusted the lady so much that she was not involved in the process. Meaning, every month, for the most part, when I'm doing her bookkeeping, I ask her questions.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm involved in the process to see what's happening, and I give her financials if she needs them too, because she needs them. For example, for a loan, she want to get a loan, but she wasn't, in my opinion. So that's what happened. If you get a bookkeeper or somebody to do your books for you in your business, be involved. Don't take your hand off the wheel. Don't give them all the power. Give them some ability to do their job, but don't give them everything to like not be involved. Say, all right, well, I'm gonna let them do everything. I'm not gonna ask questions myself for me. No. Be involved, because if he or she steals from you, you'll be like, what happened?
Yeah.
Well, what happened is you gave them too much trust and you didn't get yourself in the process.
Getting too much power. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome advice, Mr. Grady. I was researching you a little bit before we had the opportunity to sit down and do this interview. Because that's my job. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that I give you enough grace and just enough respect to research and know what I need to know in order to ask you the questions that my audience and just that people in general want to know whenever they get an opportunity to sit down with someone of your stature and that works in your career field, Mr. Grady. But what I did notice is that you was actually at the Content Impact Boot Camp. Was it in Atlanta?
It was, yes sir, yes sir.
Take a little time real quick and just share about that experience and share how was that so much of a beneficial venture for you.
Great question, Kevin. Thank you for the question and the research too. Well, honestly, it's about content, because a guy told me years ago, he said content is king. I heard him, but I didn't hear him. I'm like, well, because I was really afraid. I'm like, what am I going to talk about? I know stuff, but I don't want to give everything away for free.
Yeah.
But now it's like I drop jewels and give information to people because they need it. And it's about content. It's about automations, sales, course creation, confidence, creating a community. I mean, it was some packed information. It was about creating ebooks. I mean, it was dope. Like if you want to learn about content and all those things, I mean, I'm in the guy's content. I'm in this group. His name is Dante Antonio. He's not paying me, but I'll give him a plug for him. But if y'all want to learn about content, and not only that, but make connections with people who are doing things, moving the shakers outside of your city or state, or maybe even in your state, go connect with him. Because I mean, like, honestly, like, it challenged me to do more lives. I do more IG live. I probably do one live on IG at least once a week, at least, because our goal is to get in people's audiences.
Yeah.
If someone has my audience, my target market, I need to go where my market is. Who got my bag, right?
Yeah.
If that, I'm serious. Who got my bag? So if someone has my clients, my client got my bag, I'm going to get in that person's network. So I had an interview today with a lady. She's in Florida, Florida. She's a nurse. Actually, she's a nurse practitioner who has her own business, but she also helps those MPs start their own businesses. So, I mean, she has my market. See what I'm saying? So now I'm in her network. I did a live with her. Actually, we did a podcast too, so I got to redo the podcast. But the whole point is getting in a room to network people. Not only network people, but get information that you can use to apply to your life and your business.
Okay. That's awesome. That's an awesome takeaway. You know, just first and foremost, you know, one of the main takeaways that I got was your ability to go down and learn new things and new ways to present and display your content, new ways to dive into different markets. And the most important thing, network. Get out there and shake hands, smile, give hugs, and meet these people, man, who's doing what you're doing, and just, you know, like you say, build a community. Build a community, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's awesome, Mr. Grady. All right, so right here, we're going to take a quick break. It's our urban suggestion. It's just where I actually come in and suggest something to my audience pretty much every episode. And for this week, it's actually not like a health suggestion. Like, there's something that you can actually put into your body. It's something edible, like a fruit or a vegetable or a great, I guess, supplement of vitamins or minerals. This is actually a book that one of my mentors wrote. It's called The Power of Thinking Inside the Box by Emmanuel Thomas. And what it is, the book just details a life and moment of a young Black father from South Carolina who was striving to become a contributor to positive progression of humanity as an author, an entrepreneur, mental health activist, and even a public speaker. And all starting from ground zero. You know what I mean? And so in this book, he details just his journey from starting with an idea of him wanting to write this book, identifying his battle with anxiety, depression, learning to change his mindset, which is one of the most important things, his lifestyle, his daily routine, and priorities to complete his goal. This book is only like $9.99 on Amazon. You can find it. He's a very awesome author and an even better public speaker, in my opinion, man. Both. He's just an awesome resource to have and just person to have. And he got his book. And one of the things that he really shed light on was when he was going through his journey to actually just become and get his book finally completed and take out that first step. Coming from where we come from, South Carolina, you know, small state, very rural area overall, was his need to have discipline. His need to have discipline. Now, when people are dealing with their financial health and trying to get things on track as far as like their money, their budgeting, and just their financial, like overall, how important is having great discipline in that process, Mr. Grady?
Ooh, I like that question because honestly, in my opinion, I think that people struggle financially because they don't do what I call a money plan, a budget. And that budget give you the discipline. Because every month you should do one. You need to know where your money's going and what's going out of it every month, like your account, that is. So if you develop this every month, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because you know, you give your money a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, whether you're planning for childhood or parenting, or you're planning for going out of town, vacation.
Yeah.
You plan, right? You said that you got your place where you want to go. You get your backpack, plane, flight, whatever you need to do. You plan, but people spend more time planning for a vacation than they probably do planning for the money. So make sure you do a money plan or a budget every month. That builds out there. If you do it 90 days, it builds that muscle inside of your mind and your money too.
Okay. Every month. That's awesome advice. And shows how much discipline actually holds as such a value when it comes to just getting yourself on track and just having some money, man, building some wealth for yourself. Like you said in the beginning of the episode, building a legacy.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so Mr. Grady, for anyone that's looking to start their own career, I guess in accounting or doing taxes or bookkeeping, or even potentially want to become a CPA, what type of advice would you give that person?
Well, I would say if you can go take a class, just learn the basics, because most accounting, I mean, like beyond taxes, most accounting is basic accounting. You're not, unless you work for a large corporation.
Yeah.
Most accounting is basic. If you know the foundation of accounting, you're good. And just learn about accounting. Take your accounting 101. Learn how to use QuickBooks online, because that's standard as well.
Okay.
And then if you can get your bachelor's degree and then take some classes to get, say, your master's and then become a CPA, do it.
Okay. I know you deal with taxes. You know, a good bit is tax season. I'm gonna ask you the next two questions is going to be for the community specifically from an accountant's point of view. Okay, they want to hear from you, like what you think. What are some tax advice for a regular 9-to-5 worker? I guess like who asks you to do their taxes? What would be some tax advice that you can give them just to help make sure that they're better prepared? Moving into and building this relationship with you whenever you're going through this process with them. What is some good advice that they can have?
I would say make sure you keep up with your tax documents.
Okay.
Get your prior year return, because I'll need that from people as well.
Okay.
And then I would say just be organized.
Okay.
Be organized. And then also, don't be crazy. Let me explain it.
Okay.
Because some people, they depend on a refund, right?
Yeah.
Every year tax laws change. So if people don't get a refund, they get crazy.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, ho. Like, I didn't create the laws. I just adhere to them.
Yeah. You just doing your job, man. Yeah. Yeah.
But people get weird, they get crazy, and then one lady asked me, this was a group call. I think they were vetting, so basically vetting people to become their bookkeeper, whatever.
Okay.
She asked me, can I expense my hair? I'm like, her hairstyle. I'm like, all right. You worried about the wrong. Serious? I've had, I think, 2 people ask me that. No, 3 people. I'm like, unless you are in a movie and you are getting your hair done because you have to play a role.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, you cannot expense your hairstyle.
Oh, wow.
I mean, if I were doing content, a video like I am now, and I want to spend my haircut, it's not, because it's a personal expense. It's not like I'm even on the news channel. I don't think you can do that because you're working for the news channel. Now, again, if you're doing a movie, you're a big time actor or actress, and you pay somebody to do that for you because you got to have a role with a hairstyle.
Yeah.
Yes, but no, you can't spend your hairstyle.
Okay. All right. So my next question is, what's one word of advice that you can give for I guess people that are business owners, entrepreneurs, or that's self-employed? Is there any difference in advice that you would give someone that works a regular 9-to-5 to a person that's actually self-employed or own a business?
First, I want to say kudos to the people who are starting businesses, because it's hard on your y'all when you're trying to start a business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
1 and 2. First, make sure you got if you're an LLC, a limited liability company, you cannot be an employee of your business because the IRS sees you and the business are the same. I have clients right now who are a single member LLC and they put themselves on the payroll as an employee.
Okay.
Can't do that. Secondly, make sure you have a bank account for your business. Don't co-mingle your funds. You can fund your business with your personal money, that's fine, but don't go pay personal things out of your business account. No. It co-mingle the fund, makes it harder for me when I do my job.
Okay.
Third thing, stay in your lane. Now, let me explain. Hire somebody to do your bookkeeping for you. Hire somebody to do taxes for you, because you are not a professional. You are in your field, but not in my field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hire a pro and don't do it on your own. You'll save money and time because people think it's more than putting numbers in the software. It's more than that. What are the numbers telling you? What are they doing to each statement? So hire somebody.
Hire somebody. Take a load off. This is what their profession is here for. This is what this entire industry is here for. All right, so we getting close.
Yes, sir.
We getting close to the end, Mr. Grady. I think I got 2 more questions, and that's it, man. We ain't gonna hold you for too long, brother.
Yes, sir.
I feel like I already know the answer to this one, but I want to ask it anyway. This is your opportunity to say it again if you haven't already. I need 3 words to describe Dakota Grady, the money coach.
Great question, bro. All right, so 3 words to describe Dakota Grady. Jesus, money, and business.
Jesus, money, and business. I had a feeling that's what you was gonna say, man. I had a feeling that's
because
what you was gonna say.
When I leave this world, I want to be known for my Savior Jesus, because He died for me. I'd be remiss if I don't mention that. Because I just have to. Money. Personal finance is my passion. Whether you're making money in the business or an employee, you need to know how to manage your finances. That's simple. Business. If you want a reason, one way to really increase your income, if you're struggling, then check the check. Or if you are an employee and you want to know how you can make deductions on your taxes, start a business.
They come out of an accountant's mouth, not mine. He knows. My guy Dakota Grady knows. That's awesome, man. Jesus, money, and business. That's awesome. That's awesome, Mr. Grady. All right, so this is the last question. I always ask my guests. This is the final episode, so you got to give me a good answer, Mr. Grady. You from the South pretty much your entire life. You were born and raised in Greenville, South Carolina. What's one thing you love and one thing you dislike about being from the South? But for the thing that you dislike, you got to give me a way to change it in order to make it progressive, to progress it.
I like that, Kevin. I like that. First, thank you for your time. Thank you for having me on your platform, Kevin. I love Greenville, man, because it's like, ooh. It's just, I just love being in the city. My family's growing up. Family's a lot to me. I love my family. And Greenville's like, you can get around Greenville, well, pretty simple. I mean, of course you got traffic and everything, but Greenville's like, you get places really quickly. It's not like a big city.
Yeah.
Small town, but it's still growing. One thing I don't like about Greenville is, I guess it's Greenville and maybe even other states too. The thing called gentrification,
okay,
per se. How I guess if you're a minority and you don't make a lot of income, you'll get pushed out into the county, per se, right? And honestly, like, I think it's happening in maybe all cities, because I was in the Nashville, Tennessee area. It's happening there. Here in Greenville, the same thing. So one solution to that problem is to make a lot of money and live where you want to live. Because honestly, money makes the world go around, y'all, whether you like it or not. If you got no money, you're going to live low income, homeless, or if you got somewhere to live, you're struggling. So my suggestion is to make as much money as you can. Don't let money be God. Don't worship money, but use it as a tool to take care of your family, your community, and yourself as well.
Okay. That's awesome advice, man. That's the best advice you can give. Before I let you go, hey, where can we find you at, Mr. Grady? For people who don't know where to find you at, what's your website, your email, or how can people get in contact with you? Your social media handles?
So they can find me online at dakotagrady.com, my website. Get a copy of the book right there. Okay. Also my course is well available. Bro, you copy that online, Amazon, my website, Barnes & Noble. Any way you can find my book. You can also find me on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. I'm on YouTube, dakotagrady.com website, and just put in Dakota Grady on YouTube. You'll find me. My podcast is the Your Money Podcast, and I'm on like 6 platforms. So let's connect.
Let's connect. All right, guys. Here you have it. You got Mr. Dakota Grady, your money coach. He's an author. He's an accountant, bookkeeping. He also has his own podcast. He's everywhere, content creator, and he's an awesome Awesome, man. It's a pleasure to meet you, man. It's so great to have you on our platform to cap off this season 2, episode 30. This is your boy Book Erban, and we out.